Hi friends, my name is Bhavya Mangla. I'm again back with a very interesting topic from my book, The Power of Self-Talk. And today I'm going to share a very interesting topic, and this topic is Karmic Account. And by the time this video will end, you will hear a very interesting story with respect to Karmic Account. What exactly is a Karmic Account, why it is important, and what we can do to improve it. Let me share a very interesting story. This story is of a woman who used to live in a village. So every day she used to make the bread, we call it chapati, and she also used to make one bread for the beggar, anyone who want to take it. So she used to put it outside the home, and every day she used to see that one beggar, old beggar used to come there and pick up that bread, and every day that person used to mumble something. And what he was saying is that if you do evil, it will come to you. If you do good, it will always come to you. So every day it was happening. That lady was making the bread, putting it outside. That old beggar was coming, mumbling something. Evil you do remains with you, good you do comes back to you. But that lady never understood what exactly that beggar is saying. And she was also very angry that that beggar is never saying thanks, never feeling good, that every day that beggar is getting a bread. And it went for long time. And every day, whenever that lady used to see that beggar, she used to get irritated and she used to feel very bad about that. And I don't know why, one day she had this thought that why don't I just kill this beggar. And somehow a thought came, and she put some poison into that bread which she made for the beggar, and she put it there. But after a while she realized what she is doing, is it right? And then she took that bread from there and then scrapped that and then put the fresh bread there. Again the same thing happened. The beggar came, took that bread and went away. Now that lady was very irritated otherwise also in life, because her son was gone to a different town and she was waiting for many months that why my child has not come back, and there was no news about that. On that particular afternoon, someone knocked the door. His son was outside. He was looking very tired. His clothes were all torn off and all that thing. That lady felt very worried. She said, what happened to you? So he said that I was not well and I was coming back to my village and I was so hungry that I was almost on the verge of falling down, that I found one old beggar and he gave me a bread. He said that you need it more. I had that bread and that's why I had some energy that I could come back home. Listening that woman was almost shocked and on the verge of falling down, because she realized that it is the same beggar to whom she used to give the bread every day, and today she could have killed her son just by giving that poisonous bread. But then somehow the good thing prevailed and she put the right bread there. Well, the moral of the story, if you see, is that do good and don't ever stop doing good, even if it's not appreciated at that time. Someone has very rightly said, what you do to others will come back to us. You can't expect to be happy by causing unhappiness to others. When we talk about karmic account, there's a very simple definition or a meaning of a karmic account. So it says that every moment of your life you perform action. It could be physical, mental, emotional, or maybe energy wise. Each action creates a certain memory, and this is called a karma. Generally it is said that when we talk about a karma, it's like a bank account. In bank account we put some money and then whenever we need we take it out. But in case we are putting less money and we are getting more money, it's like a credit card. So what will happen? So if we are taking less money, there is a possibility that we have some storage there. But we are taking out more money, like with the help of a credit card, we are always in the negative balance. Something similar happened with our karmic account also. What we are feeding in there, are we feeding in good things, good thoughts, good energy, or every day what we are feeding maybe some anger, hatred, or maybe some humiliation, or maybe something wrong. So whatever we are feeding, actually it is going to come out. And many times it's a very common thing when people say that everything is predestined. What does it mean? It means that whatever has been already decided, that is going to happen. irrespective of whether you do good or bad. But why that happens? Why it is being said that everything is predestined? Why? Because in our past birth, or maybe in this birth, in the previous time, whatever good things or whatever bad things that we have done, that is going to come back to us. Well, very interestingly, someone has said a very, very interesting thing, that like gravity, karma is so basic that we often don't even notice it. Generally, it happens that when a child is born, we make a horoscope, and that horoscope tells that what exactly is the destiny of that particular child in this particular birth, and it is based on the previous births, that whatever has happened so far. It is exactly something like a company where there is a balance sheet which is made on 31st of March every day, that what is the status of that particular company, how much profit is there, how much loss is there, how many assets and liabilities are there. Based on that, we can say that okay, this is the health of the company at that time. And it is true that based on that status, we can also predict the future, that what is going to happen in the next 12 months. Something similar happens in our life also. Based on that Janam Patri or the horoscope, it is being decided that what will be the life of that particular child. One thing which is very interesting is that if we talk about any company, if the company decides to take some drastic action, make some good improvement, there is a very high possibility that next year can be entirely different from the previous years. Something can happen in our life also, that yes, it is true that horoscope do talk about a certain life that is going to happen, but if we decide that what kind of karma we are going to do, there is a very high possibility that we can do entirely different what is predestined for us. And it's very true to understand that if you see in a family there are twins. Now, even if you make a horoscope, even they are born on the same time, same zodiac sign, you will still find they have got a different horoscope. And why? It's all because of the previous karmic account which has been made there. Well, it has been very, very rightly said by Dalai Lama. He said that live a good and honorable life. Then, when you are older, you can look back and enjoy for the second time. So it's very important to understand that whatever we are doing, it's up to us what we do with respect to that. And you must have realized that when we meet someone for the very first time, sometimes it happens that we have a very good connection with that person. We meet as if we start talking as if we know for years. Why does it happen? And at times it happens that when we meet someone for the very first time, irrespective of any background or any knowledge about that person, we feel little bit bad about that person. We feel irritated about that person. We feel that, no, I don't like this person. We don't know anything. That person has not done anything wrong to us. Still that happens. Why does it happen? It all happens because of some past karmic connection which we don't know. And you must have realized that you may be thinking good or bad about a particular person, but if you see the people around you, they may have a different opinion about the same person, or maybe no opinion about that person. Why does it happen? It's all about that karmic connection which is there. Now, one thing which is very important is what we can do. We cannot change what has happened in the past, but what we can do now and in the future. That's very, very important. So you must have heard about Mahatma Gandhi's 3 monkeys. So if you know that they are talking about see no evil, speak no evil, and hear no evil. What exactly does it mean? It means that whenever you are meeting someone or whatever you are doing it, you should always pass on the positive vibrations. You should always think good about others. You should always think good about you, irrespective of any situation. And when we do that, we are slightly making sure that we are making our life much better for the future, because we cannot change our past. And there are 3 key things if we keep on doing every day. There is a very, very high possibility that we can improve our karmic account for the future. The first and the foremost important thing is the self-talk. When we are talking to ourselves, what we are talking, are we cribbing about things? Are we talking negative about other people? Are we talking about how this world is bad, or we are talking about how fortunate I am? I'm talking about what the God has given to me and what best I can do with respect to that. That can help a lot with respect to resolving this karmic account. The second important thing is with respect to the mindfulness, that whatever I am doing it, I am doing it with my full energy, full thoughts, and by knowing that it is going to impact someone. When I'm mindful, I always make sure that I'm never in ego, and whatever I'm doing, it's always for the good of others and for the good of myself. And the third and the most important thing is meditation. Because when we are sitting and we are alone, so at that time, whatever thoughts that are coming in our mind, they're always very pure, they're always very good about ourselves and others. So when we do all those three things, there is a very, very high possibility that we can create our karmic account for the future in a more effective and a productive way. Well, someone has very, very rightly said that do good, reap good, do evil, reap evil. I am challenging myself. I know I had some good and some bad karmic account. I can't change that. But then, yes, from today onwards, I can do something. Sometime I am successful, sometime I am not. But I'm challenging myself every day. What you are doing, I'm looking for your feedback. Thank you.